Well, hi there. Welcome to Friday's Hope. Hope for Friday and beyond. I'm Sue Barnhart, one of the elders at the Worship Center Ministries here in Illinois. And I'm going to share an event that I had happen that really one of those things that happens where it hits the sore spot. You know, those things where, yeah, this really hurts. And so I want to share a little bit with you. And I might even get upset for a little while because there's some things in this event that may even bring me to tears because I've dealt with it before with other people as well as myself. So hang on to your horses. This might be a different type of Friday's Hope. So I texted a couple of people one time, made it very plain in the text that I needed to talk to somebody. First thing, if you are struggling with something mentally, don't go, hey, you want to come over? Or, hey, how you doing? Or, you know, I'm not feeling very good. Be succinct. Be very succinct in what you need, okay? Tell them that you're struggling. You need somebody to talk to, or you need somebody to build you up or pick you up, or whatever you need. Don't be, hey, you want to come over later for drinks? That's not going to help. But I was very succinct, I was very explicit on what I needed to do. And crickets. Crickets. Nothing. One person I didn't hear from until hours later. The other one I never have heard from. Don't know what's going on. So that absence brought up the very pain that I've been struggling with. I was neglected as a child, in an abusive relationship as a married woman, lots of things in my life, and unfortunately I'm the strong one. I'm the one that gets everything done. I love that. Please don't get me wrong. I love that. But the strong ones need help too. And we'll stop right here. First of all, there's a lot of people out there that might watch this video that said, oh, you should have called me. I could have. Or you should have called me. That doesn't help because I'm not there where I can trust you yet. Or I've seen the way you've helped with people and that's not what I needed. So, therefore, I only call a couple of people that I trust and they weren't available, or they weren't available too much later on. So, it brought me back to the little girl that was neglected most of her life, the wife that was abused. There's still some things inside me that need to heal. And it happened again. I was ignored, neglected, or just waited to contact me. And then when the one person did contact me, I couldn't talk because I was with family. So I haven't been able to talk with that person yet. But the thing is, be aware. This is what this is about. Be aware. So I prayed. What do we do when we go through this situation? First of all, you pray. You start asking God, what am I going to do? Even in the beginning of the situation, start praying, God, what am I going to do? And it's pretty obvious that I needed to connect with a person versus just staying connected with God. Sometimes God gives us people to connect with. He causes us to connect with others. That's the way He wants it. That's what He wants us to do, is work together in the body of Christ to help one another. So I prayed, and I went to work. Actually, I worked from home today. That helped. I had to go to the store. Don't we always have to go to the store? And I smiled at people. I joked with this one little lady about getting those little bags open that you put your veggies and fruit in. You know, we were both struggling with that and things like that. And it made me feel better. It lessened the pace, it lessened the pain. So that helped a little bit. Put some worship music on. Worship music was playing just before I came on. I got my worship music. That starts to help me. I watched a funny TV show that I watched every day that it's on. It's bloopers from a program. Cracks me up what some of these people do. And so I watched that. That helped. But the people that I needed to talk to, nothing. Still nothing. So I prayed. I went to work. That's my go-to. Is I pray and I went to work. I stayed home to work, and so I continued. But one of the things that I've often talked about, reaching out to others until you find somebody else. Yeah, keep doing that. And in my case, there wasn't anybody else. There's only a couple of people I trust with some of those inner struggles. I just don't trust anybody else. I'm well known, and in this area, I deal with a lot of people. I am not going to put you out there with people that I can't trust. I'm not going to give people information that I don't trust them with. I'm a big deal on trust. If you've told me something, nobody else is going to hear about it. I'm telling you, they are not, because that's so important in a relationship. So I only trust a couple of people, and it's important to keep reaching out, and then you hang on to those people. But what do you do while you're waiting? What do you do while you're waiting? You panic. No panicking. There's going to be an answer. There's going to be help. You cry. Well, maybe. I've spent some tears that day and struggled that day. You get angry. Yeah, I was angry. Because I needed help. I wanted some help. You tell others about it. No, you don't. You do not tell others about the people that didn't get back to you. You do not tell others about where you're going or what you're doing. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. People make mistakes. People screw up. So do you, by the way. Keep it to yourself. Talk to them about what they did, not 6 other people and the neighbors. Keep it to yourself. And tell other people about the situation. Maybe if it's going to help other people, but this isn't a conversation for everybody, because everybody's got an opinion. And a very good friend of mine says, you know what opinions are? They're like armpits. Everybody has 2 of them, and they both stink. Most opinions stink. So, first, while we're waiting on God, that's the first thing we got to do. While we're waiting, keep going to God. And be real and honest with Him. If you got to be angry, be angry. I can't tell you how many times I have stood at one of my windows and I have just screamed at God. He forgave me. I had to say I'm sorry, but He forgave me and helped me through. Tell Him you're crying. Tell Him you're upset. Tell Him what you're upset with. Tell Him what you're upset about. Tell Him who you're upset with. Tell Him. It helps a lot. Be real with Him. Be honest with Him. I promise you, He is a God who loves you so very much. He'll let you do that. Absolutely let you do that. You can share with Him your deepest level of pain. Your deepest level of pain. And you can ask Him what to do about the situation first. And you may also need a human to help. In this particular situation, I needed a human. I needed somebody to kind of make sense of it. Because sometimes when we go through stuff of our own self, we don't have the best perspective. We're kind of, our perspective is slanted because we're on the hurting side and we only saw one side of it. A lot of times we need somebody else to kind of give us both sides that makes more sense. So I believe in reaching out to people, but sometimes people aren't there. So while you're waiting, be a waiter. Be a waiter. Wait on other people. Help other people. I told you I went to the store and I was smiling at people. We were joking about these little plastic bags that you got to get open to get the fruit or the vegetable in. I held the freezer door open for somebody while they got something out of it, and she's looking around. She said, she goes, I wonder why it didn't hit me in the butt. And we both started laughing because I said, yeah, that's why I was holding it, so it wouldn't hit you in the butt. She goes, well, thank you. Yeah, little things like that. Get out of your own head. Get out of your own self. I took care of things. We joked around. The pain that I needed to take care of was still there. but it's lessened. It's lessened. And I still will need to talk to somebody. But it's gotten me through the day, and it's helping me. And yes, we need others to get through. God designed us to help one another. Did you know that? He designed us to help one another, to reach out and care for one another. So here's where I'm going to turn the table a little bit, because I want to share some accounts with you that are actual accounts. And this is where I get upset. When I reached out, and I rarely reached out, I rarely need to, or I don't. I was very succinct in what I needed and that I needed to talk. That's a rare text from me. Very rare. It was hours before one person got back to me, and like I said, the other person never did. People, be aware. Be aware of people around you. Maybe, just maybe, unless you're helping with someone with a life-threatening situation, step away from the situation. Look at the text. Look at the phone call. Picks up. 5 minutes. You doing okay? What can I do for you? You know what? I'll talk to you in a few minutes. Get away from your own world and start watching and waiting and looking for other people. Helping other people. Yes, you're responding to an emergency. I don't expect you to step out of that. But I expect you to step away from anything and anybody else for a minute. You might save somebody's life. You might save somebody hurting themselves. Get away from your own thoughts. Get away from your own world and look at others deeper than what you had before, and start seeing that maybe there's something going on that you need to pay attention to. I know people who don't even look at messages or texts. Oh, I don't look at all them. I get so many. I don't even know what they're about. Yeah, I do. This person, their family member, had a head-on collision. They never knew about it because they don't bother looking at all that stuff. All that stuff, and you have a family member that's out on the highway that just had a head-on collision. Maybe you could scroll through some of that stuff and start seeing other people's needs. Start understanding that the world isn't about you, but it's about everybody. I know a person who was hurting terribly mentally, so they took a few days off work. No big deal. Nobody called on them to check on them either. Nobody checked it out. Not a big deal. They were laying in bed fighting suicidal ideation because of the hurt that was going on in their heart. Get out of your head and get out of your life and get out of yourself and start looking at other people. Start making sure your neighbors and your friends are actually okay. When's the last time you picked up the phone and said, hey, how you doing? And the conversation did not change to you, but we kept it on them. Start checking on people. Get out of your head. Get out of your thoughts. You are not right, and your world isn't the only world. I know a young lady who was posting situations and words on social media. Family was concerned. Family, how you doing? What you doing? One of the family members said, hey, you want to go to a concert? Sure, not a problem. We hopped in the car together and headed to a concert. One of the guys sang a song that turned her life around because she was going to take her own life that night. That night. Get out of your own world and your own head. I don't care who's upset about this video. I don't care if somebody gets upset with me. Get out of your own world and your own head and start looking at other people deeper. Even if you do it more, do it better. There are too many people that are hurting. There are too many people that are dying. There are too many people that are hurting each other. It's time, people, to stop being so separated and start coming together and start finding out about people, finding about your neighbors, your family members, your a simple call or a text. Simple. Pay attention. Pay attention. There's hope. There's always hope in Scripture, but sometimes people may need you. People might need you to walk with them. And I don't mean, hey, how you doing? Well, you know what? I did such and such. I don't care what you did if I'm going through something. I need help. So during those times, I don't care who you are. I don't care what you do as a profession. Get out of your own head, get out of your own world, and start checking on people and start taking care of people. When's the last time you sent a text to say, hey, I haven't heard from you in a while? What's going on? How about you watch somebody and you know they went through a situation? You doing okay? Those things make all the difference in the world. All the difference. I'm telling you, I have walked through this. They make all the difference in the world. Those accounts that I just told you, those are real life stories of people I have walked through with them. And for those who are struggling, keep reaching out. Keep trying to find somebody that's going to answer the phone or that's going to text you. Sorry about the tears, but this is something that's important to me. It always has been, and it always will be. Do I get it all right? Absolutely not. I've missed it more times than I ever want to. I've missed it. But I am passionate about this. One of the reasons I do Friday's Hope. I've dealt with it. I've walked with it. Dealt with it in my own life. Guys, get out of your own heads and worlds and start seeing about people. Start seeing about your neighbors, your family, your friends. We're losing too many. Too many are walking around hopeless. Too many are walking around alone. And they don't have to be. They don't have to be, because you can be the answer to somebody's life. Or not, and then they're gone. It's up to you. We have a world of people, and they just need somebody to come into their life. That's all. That's all. Told you I was going to get teary-eyed. Told you I was going to get upset. Can you tell this is my passion? You can thank Jesus for this passion. Grab a hold of your scriptures. Grab a hold of your friends. Sonny. Yeah, needing somebody. I'm a part for a friend in my life, and when it came to time needing her, she wasn't there. It makes you feel very unimportant. It really does. And I'm sorry about that. You know, if you call me, I've been there in a heartbeat. But we have to pick and choose the people. We have to be forgiving. Sometimes they don't do it. And I'm sorry. And if I can help, Sonny, you know where I'm at. Every Sunday especially. But phone number, messenger, girl, I'll be there for you. I love y'all. Take care of yourself and take care of each other. God bless you.